What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan. Today, I am so thankful that you're here joining me for another What I Ate in a Week video. Now, I filmed 7 days worth of food. I was trying to do an entire week in a row, but I missed like a day or something in between. But still, it's 7 days worth of food, so it's pretty much a What I Ate in a Week video. I don't know why I'm telling y'all all of this information, but I think it be important to be honest and upfront with y'all. Okay, so let's get on with the video. Throughout this video, I'm also going to be giving you guys some tips on how to eat more vegetables, my friends, because I've been doing this crazy thing called eating more veggies, and I would like you guys to join me on eating more veggies. So let's get on with day one. On day one, I had this lovely hummus wrap with lots of vegetables stuffed inside, and of course there's hummus inside. There was also avocado, you just can't see it, and I have here a lovely side of oranges that were so delicious. And of course, I'm also going to have a lovely cup of coffee. I believe this was an Americano misto, or just an Americano with a little bit of non-dairy milk. For snack, I'm having a super green smoothie. I believe this was kale, kiwi, banana, some water or almond milk, and then I also added some protein powder in there as well. And for lunch, I'm having a super delicious smoked tofu and veggie stir fry, also a side of my mom's famous vegan kimchi. I also have some rice with sesame seeds and some lettuce for good measure, and of course a little bit of Korean dipping sauce that's called samjang. And I do have a recipe video on that if you guys are interested in how to make this delicious veggie dipping sauce. I'll link that down below. For dinner, I'm having these delicious avocado salad rolls that are super healthy, packed with vegetables, and I'm also having some broccoli on the side, and I'm dipping everything in a delicious sweet chili sauce. And I'm also having some leftover like meal prep situations. This is from my meal prep video. I just mixed like everything together, and I also had some leftover lentils. It's basically just a bunch of leftover foods. So if you guys want to see my meal prep video, I'll link that down below as well. So now here are some tips. Number one, stuff your veggies into wraps and sandwiches. Basically anything you could stuff them into is what you want to do. Tip number two would be to blend them into smoothies. This is like the easiest way of adding more vegetables because you can pack in so many veggies and it's so much easier to drink than to eat all of that veggie action, you know what I'm saying? And tip number three, of course, would be to make veggie stir fries. Who doesn't love a good veggie stir fry? Alright, welcome to day two, my friends. We took out a smoothie bag from my freezer that I prepped. This was also part of my meal prep video that you've seen earlier. So we're just going to take all the contents out of this smoothie bag and stuff it into our blender. And we're going to add our liquid. I'm adding some almond milk into this blender as well. And you guys know I like to add protein into my smoothies to make it filling. And then we can blend away, my friends. Blend, blend, blend. It may look like charcoal, it may look like poop, but it's healthy and delicious. And welcome to lunch. We are having one of my favorite things from our cafe. I basically think everything is my favorite thing. But anyways, we're having the tofu veggie stir fry or tofu veggie rice bowl, which has a delicious Korean barbecue sauce. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm having it with a side of brown rice. And I also have some of my mom's famous vegan kimchi. I also have that same dipping sauce from yesterday, some lettuce, and some bean sprouts. This is a Korean bean sprout side dish that my mom made. Oh my god, it's so good. I need to get the recipe from my mama. You want the recipe? Do you want the recipe? Let me know. And then of course, now that the weather is getting a little bit nicer, I'm having some iced Americano, my friends. I love black coffee. I love iced coffee. I love everything about coffee. And lately I've been obsessed with snacking on this thing. This is basically tomato juice or tomato smoothie. You just take some tomatoes and then you blend it in a blender with a little bit of ice. And I added a tiny bit of maple syrup and it is so delicious. I really recommend trying this. This is another great way of adding in more vegetables. Is tomato a vegetable? I still don't know. For dinner, I am first and foremost making myself a salad. I bought this pre-washed, ready-to-eat salad mix, which is super handy, just stuffing my bowl with that. And I also bought, of course, my favorite thing, which is alfalfa sprouts. I really should work for an alfalfa sprout company or something because I am just constantly talking about alfalfa sprouts. And then of course we're having another prepped meal. This is another one of my meals that I prepped in my meal prep video. I'm sorry if this is getting boring, but I genuinely just had way too much food prepped. And for the salad, I am using this miso, is that even how I say it? Anyways, miso ginger vinaigrette, which is actually really yummy. And there's me just stuffing my face. That brings us to the end of day 2. We have tip number 4, which is to make smoothie bags by freezing your greens and just adding whatever you like to add into a smoothie into one bag and freezing it. Things like spinach don't last very long in the fridge, but you can freeze spinach. So that is a great way to add in more vegetables. And number 5 is to buy ready-to-eat pre-washed vegetables, which can be more expensive, but if you find yourself too lazy to prep your veggies, it might be worth investing a little extra money to buy your veggies prepped. This saves so much time, and you're so much more likely to eat more vegetables once you have them ready to eat. Alright, my friends, it is day 3 and we are having some pasta for breakfast. This is a spinach, I don't know why I said spinach because it's not spinach, but it is a very, very protein-rich pasta with my creamy Alfredo sauce made from cashews. Recipe is in my meal prep video, as I mentioned a million times in this video already. Anyways, okay, back to me. So we're having the pasta with a side of salad. And while I was working at the cafe, I had a delicious blueberry oat muffin. We sell these at our cafe. They are so good. And I'm also having another iced Americano. Lunchtime, I'm having some buckwheat / soba noodles, and my mom made this delicious dressing. I seriously don't even know how she comes up with this stuff because it's so good. I don't know how she made it. I'll ask her, okay? And then we have a bunch of veggies, some tofu, and we're just gonna mix it. It's kind of a nice like soba noodle salad situation going on. I added some nori sheets on top. It's so good, okay? It's so good. For an afternoon snack, I had some watermelon, so let's make a mono meal, shall we? We are blending watermelon to make some watermelon juice because I'm very, very creative. In the evening, I had my friend's barbecue to go to, so I decided to make a bit of rice salad. It's just brown rice, lots of veggies, and I added in my tahini dressing that you guys have seen the recipe for, and if you haven't, I'll link the video down below. And of course, I had a burger as well because I'm not going to be sitting here eating no salad at a barbecue. I brought these soul burgers, which are actually really good, but they're kind of overpriced. I'm still looking for the Beyond Burger where I live, and it seems to be a very difficult task, but I'm working on it. And that brings us to tip number 6, which is to mix your favorite veggies with other delicious food so that you're not just eating veggies. For example, I mixed it with my soba noodles. So yummy. And tip number 7 would be to try and fill about 50% of your plate with vegetables. Just try to just pack in that plate with lots of veggies. Welcome to day 4, my friends. Day 4 was very exciting because I went on a beautiful hike with a bunch of friends, and so I decided to make some food for everybody so we could enjoy some delicious plant-based goodness on top of the beautiful mountain while looking at the view. And it was a great idea, if I may say so myself. I made some sandwiches for everyone. I basically used the vegetables I had in my fridge, the alfalfa sprouts, the greens mix, and some peppers. And I also used roasted pepper hummus for the spread, which was so delicious. And I also made some kimbap, which I'm so proud of. Aren't these beautiful? So if you don't know, kimbap is a Korean dish. So I just stuffed my kimbap with the fresh veggies. This is not traditional by any means. And I also added some vegan hot dogs in there, and it turned out so delicious, and it was one of the best things to eat while on top of the mountain. This beauty is beyond this world. Mochi! We did it! We made it to the top! Amazing, that's just one side. We are literally on top of the world. We're now in Canmore. So we are in Canmore City Center. We're about to go to a place called the Grizzly Paw. I got this noodle bowl, ramen noodle bowl. I added some tofu in there. We're done dinner. The beer was good. Food, not so much. Whoa. Gonna head home now. What a nice day. Tip number 8 would be to eat your vegetables with your favorite sauces, favorite dressings, favorite dips, and favorite spreads. Day 5 breakfast, I'm having some leftover rice salad, the one that I made for the barbecue, and I'm also having, again, a salad with alfalfa sprouts and that same dressing I showed you guys earlier. For a mid-morning snack, I'm having some watermelon juice once again, and I'm also having some avocado salad rolls with the sweet chili sauce. This is such a delicious, refreshing mid-morning snack. Lunchtime, I'm having fried rice with bits of smoked tofu, which basically tastes like ham, and it is heavenly. And I'm also having a side of lettuce once again, and of course a side of those bean sprouts that I showed you guys earlier. And oh my gosh guys, so delicious. And once again, I'm having some tomato smoothie, tomato juice, whatever you want to call it. And really, we just use the scraps of tomatoes that we use. So basically like the skins and the inside. So I just have some ice in there, and I added a bit of maple syrup. And it's seriously so good, my friends. And on this day, I actually had 2 dinners because YOLO. My first dinner was a bit of a lighter dinner because I had a workout to go to, and this was our vegan tuna poke bowl that we sell at Savage Cafe over here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm so proud of this dish, guys. It is so good. It has some sushi rice buried in there, lots of veggies, our vegan tuna sashimi that we make from tomatoes, some sriracha mayo on top, and of course, I added some avocado as well. And for my second dinner, I had a lot of broccoli in my fridge that I felt I needed to cook, otherwise it was gonna go bad. So I decided to just chop up all the broccoli and cook a bunch of it so I could eat it later on throughout the week. And yes, I am also chopping up the stems as well because the stems also have a lot of nutrients. So I don't throw those out, I eat those. Why not? As you can see, it's quite a bit of broccoli. I'm just cooking it with some water, not oil, and I just seasoned it with some of my cashew parmesan or nut parmesan, which if you guys want the recipe, I'll link that video below. And of course, I'm having another prepped meal. This is the brown rice, beans, tahini sauce, some veggies on the side meal that I prepped. So yummy. I'm just going to plate it because I am a classy woman, apparently. Okay. And of course, I'm going to add some of that cooked broccoli as well onto the plate for some extra veggies. And let's go a little crazy and add more veggies. I'm going to add some of that salad mix onto that plate as well. And what did I tell you about having pre-washed vegetables available? I'm just much more likely to eat them. And that brings us to tip number 9, which is prep your veggies in bulk. As you've seen, I made broccoli, but I didn't just make 1 serving of broccoli. I made like 4 servings of broccoli so that I could keep the rest of the broccoli in the fridge and just take them out every day. If my broccoli wasn't prepared, I'm much less likely to eat broccoli. Welcome to day 6. We are making an acai bowl / smoothie bowl using those smoothie bags. So I'm taking the contents of one of the smoothie bags and I'm going to put it into a food processor. And the difference is that I'm adding much less liquid so that it's a thicker consistency, and I'm blending it up in my food processor. So the smoothie bags already have some acai powder in them, so that's why it's an acai bowl, yes. I'm also going to chop up some strawberries to add to the top and give some chew to that acai bowl. And there we have it. Just put it into a bowl. Once it's nicely blended, we're going to add these strawberries on top, and you can of course add other things on top if you wish. I am definitely not the queen of aesthetically pleasing food. I don't have that talent. So if you have that talent, then use it to your advantage. I don't really know what I'm saying, but there's my acai bowl. Yay! For lunch, I'm having another one of my favorite things to eat at the cafe, which is our fresh veggie bibimbap, which we serve with our delicious creamy gochujang sauce. And we also have our lentils that are marinated in Korean barbecue sauce. And of course, there's some brown rice underneath, and I'm just mixing everything together because that is what bibimbap is. The translation is mixed rice. That is what bibimbap means in Korean. And for a little snack, my mom made this delicious potato, smoked tofu, and veggie stir-fry thing that was so yummy. So I had to have a little bit of it. And of course, I have to have a side of rice because I can't eat anything without rice, apparently. And I ended up going to my parents' house for dinner, which means, of course, I'm gonna have delicious food. One of the main things I had was doenjangjjigae, which is shown here. This is a traditional Korean stew made from fermented soybean paste, which sounds weird, but I swear to God, it is one of my favorite foods of all time. And once again, my mom made this delicious smoked tofu and veggie stir-fry. Oh my God, this stuff is so good. I had some of that as well. And of course, I had everything with rice. And welcome to day 7, aka the final day. I ended up sleeping at my parents' house, so I woke up, and for breakfast I had basically the same thing that I had for dinner the night before. And also I had some salad, lots of fresh veggies in there, lots of lettuce, lots of tomato, lots of cucumber. And I had this because my parents always eat salad for breakfast. Like, what? For lunch, my mama made these delicious kimbap and sushi rolls. So we've got some avocado sushi rolls, and we have some kimbap with smoked tofu, some lentils, cucumber, carrots. Everything was delicious. So delicious. And for an afternoon snack, I made a mini hummus and veggie wrap. Oh my God, this was so good. It's just basically hummus with lots of veggies like spinach, carrots, cucumber, peppers, and I also added some avocado and some tofu. It was super yummy. And of course, I'm also having it with a nice little side salad with some of our vegan tartar sauce that we serve at our cafe with our filet-no fish burger. And this was such a nice little snack. I came back from my workout, and once again I had some lovely food already prepared, ready for me to eat. So this one was my quinoa dish with sweet potato and beans and some of that tahini sauce that I prepped in my meal prep video, and I added some of that broccoli that I prepped the day before. As you can see, I added tons of broccoli and it was so delicious. It was such a quick dinner because I didn't have to make anything. I just had to microwave everything, so it was awesome. And then after dinner, I just snacked on some of these plantain chips, which I'm kind of addicted to at the moment. They're actually really, really delicious. And that brings us to tip number 10, which is meal prep. Meal prep, meal prep, meal prep. If I taught you anything from this video, it is to prep your meals. Why? Because it'll save you time, it'll save you money, it'll save you energy in the future, and and it will allow you to stay within your goals. So if your goal is to eat more vegetables, then just prep more vegetables. And if you have a meal full of vegetables ready to go, then you have no excuses but to eat that meal. You see what I'm saying? I know, I'm a genius. So that brings us to the very end of the video. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for watching this video. I really hope you took something out of it, and I hope the tips were helpful. If you guys want more What I Ate in a Week videos, I will link a playlist down below where you can watch more of my What I Ate in a Weeks. And of course, if you need some meal prep tips, some guidance, some advice, some recipes, I'll link my meal prep playlist as well down in the description box. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!